Hey everybody, and welcome to Togetherness Tuesday. I'm so glad that you've come today. So what we're going to start doing on every Tuesday, what we call Togetherness Tuesday, is I'm going to come on live and we're going to answer questions that I've gotten throughout the week. We're going to give some tips and some advice. So if you're on live, you can also ask questions live, and I will try and give my best answer live for all of you. So today we're going to start off with a question that I got from one of my readers this week. And the question was from a woman named Kristen. And she said that I need some advice on making our emotional relationship better. So she was asking basically how we can improve our emotional intimacy. So there's quite a few ways actually to do this. And for most of you that follow me, you know that I follow a couple of different rules of thought and a couple of different people that I follow, and I use some of their stuff, and I'm actually authorized to use some of their stuff. And the first one is John Gottman. And hi, Bob. And John Gottman starts off by saying one of the best ways to build intimacy or to build the emotional relationship is to start by building the friendship. So how do we do that? Well, one of the ways that he suggests is what he calls doing love maps or building our love maps. And we do that by asking our partner questions about ourselves and then having them answer it and then switching back and having them do the same thing. So we really are just getting to know our partner a little bit better, and that helps to build the friendship, which thus in turn helps to build the emotional relationship. So some of the questions can be pretty easy. And so I'd really like for all of you to maybe try and do this week, is to write down several questions that you'd like to sit down and ask your partner and really try and get to know your partner better. So some of the easy questions would be things like, where was I born? Or maybe, let me see, what else do I have here? What's my favorite color? What's my favorite movie? Those are some things that are pretty easy that I think that a lot of people would know about their partner. And then we would want to get into maybe some more difficult things. So we would want to ask questions like, what is my fondest unrealized dream? Or what do I fear the most? That's a really big one. And we may not know that about our partner. And by asking that question, we're going to get to know our partner on a much deeper level, which is going to help us to be much closer to them emotionally. Another one is, what am I most sad about? Or what do I consider my ideal job? So all those questions will help to get us to know our partner better. So if you can come up with some of your own, that's great. So think about some things that you'd like to ask your partner, simple things, difficult things, so that you can really share stuff about yourself and also learn about your partner. So you can each write down your own questions. You can write down questions that you would like your partner to answer about you. You can write down questions that you'd like to know more about your partner. It's just a really fun little kind of exercise in building what Gottman calls our love maps. So I'd really encourage you to do that throughout the week. And that's a pretty easy thing to do, and that's going to help to build that emotional relationship even on a very basic level. But what I'd like to also encourage you to do is we're going to talk about a radical marriage technique. Now, radical marriage is more for people that are looking to really advance their marriage as much as possible. So they may already have a really good marriage, but what can we do to really make it great? What can we do to really take it to the ultimate level? And it's kind of a paradigm, an example of what every marriage really would love to strive to look like. So in radical marriage, we talk about radical intimacy. So what that means, of course, is the word intimacy kind of means into me, I see. So we really want to be able to see our partner as intimately as possible, which is obviously going to build that emotional relationship. So one of the principles of radical marriage and building that emotional relationship is to create safety. Because a lot of times if we do not know how to express ourselves to our partner, we don't feel safe in doing that, we're not going to. Or if our partner doesn't feel safe in expressing that to us. So one of the tips and exercises, or something that we can do this week, is to really ask your partner how safe they feel in sharing very intimate things with you. And we might be surprised by the answer, but it's a really good question to ask our partner. And we want to make sure that if we're going to be giving that safety to our partner, oh, hi, Mom, that we want to be able to accept just about anything that they're willing to share with us, because we may not always know what that is. So we've got to just assume that there is no wrong in what they feel, that we're going to release any kind of judgment. And maybe an example of that is if our husband would share with us, hey, that waitress was really cute that waited on us at the table tonight. You know, a lot of women might be really offended by that. But when you think about it, would you rather your partner share that with you, or would you rather them keep it to themselves? And we would really rather them feel safe enough to open up to us and share whatever it is that they're thinking, because we know that they're going to think that, right? If they see a cute waitress and they think she's cute, I mean, they really can't help but think that they're cute. And so by being able to know that they can share that with you, that is going to help to increase your intimacy. It's going to help to increase your emotional relationship, so that you're going to be able to share more and more and more. So I want you to really check yourself and see maybe sometimes when you have something that you would really like to share with your partner, and maybe there is suddenly this fear around it that we're not going to be accepted, or it's not going to be taken very well from our partner. So I want you to really notice that feeling and go ahead and really make an effort to share anyway. Okay, so we want to really be able to share our most intimate thoughts with our partner. Because if we can't share them with our partner, then really how are we going to have that very intimate relationship? How are we going to increase that emotional relationship, which is what my reader asked about today. So that's what I kind of want everybody to think about and work on today. And I've really enjoyed everyone who joined us live. And if you haven't joined us live, in the replay, if you think that you would like to just try and do this and notice this, go ahead and type in "I'm in," and I want you to work on that. I want you to build your love maps by asking some very simple questions to your partner, and maybe some even more difficult ones. Just try and get to know your partner a little bit better. And then I want you to check in with your partner to see about the emotional safety that your partner feels with you. And I want you to check in with yourself and see how safe you feel in sharing with your partner. So one thing is really simple and easy. It's a basic thing. The other thing is a little more advanced. And so if you've got a really good relationship, I want you to really stretch and try the more advanced experiment. So that's all that I have for today. Unless anybody has any questions, I'll give it just a second to see if anybody's got any questions. I don't see anything for now, but if you're watching the replay, go ahead and submit any questions that you might have. I will respond to everybody that posts on the video. So until next week, thank you again so much for joining me for Togetherness Tuesday, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.